episode 6.
Episode 6.
Cocktails and Chords. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Ellie
Megan.
Eckerly, elrose.
Elrose.
We are here drinking some mezcalitas.
Salud.
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 These are. I'm kind of getting my first taste right here. So let's see how these turned out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Smoky.
I
Sweet.
love the smoky
Yeah, me too.
smokiness of a mezcal.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start off just with my first question that I ask every guest.
Yeah, rip it.
Okay. We'll see how much cocktails and chords you already know. Okay. My first question, why the mezcalito? What inspired you to, enjoy some of these for your podcast?
So I'm normally a tequila girl. My main bitch, you could say, is tequila.
Hell yeah.
And that mainly is just for reasons of it is like it lifts your spirits a little bit more, I think, at least for me. Also just like overdid vodka in college. So like naturally stay away from vodka. And although I'm from Kentucky, I don't like dark liquor that much, you know?
Okay.
But I feel like mezcal is kind of the sexier tequila. The side bitch. If tequila's my main bitch, I would say mezcal is my side.
Is
my
the
side
sexier
piece.
side bitch.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
I feel like it is that smokiness. It just gives you a little bit of like other than you're used to, and especially when you pair it with the sweetness that you have here, it's just you kind of get the balance. It's a whole. You get both.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Thanks.
Very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. And I'm the same way with tequila, and I feel like I can relate to it a lot because I feel like with tequila is my go-to often as well. But then when I kind of need like a little something extra, when I need my sexy side bitch, I'm gonna have to stop saying that eventually because or else it's just every clip we do is just gonna be like side bitch this, side bitch that. No, but if I kind of need a little something extra, I feel like having something a little fancier, a little sexier, then this is just the way to go.
And you're like, he's cultured.
Exactly.
He knows what mezcal
Oh, you guys are drinking tequila. Tequila is something we take shots of when we want to get lit. Mezcal, it's like, oh.
He's rich. He's got money.
he's I love it. Okay. So we're drinking mezcalitas. We just took a shot of mezcal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're really supposed to take shots of it.
We're supposed to sip it maybe.
Maybe.
I do that sometimes. I haven't had sake in so long, and I went and got Japanese barbecue with my friends, and and it's so hard not to just rip it, because it is an acquired taste, and you're supposed to sip it and be poised. Yeah, this is nice. But I'm like, nah, dude, just shoot it down.
They give you a shot glass.
Yeah, right. They serve it in a shot glass.
Yeah.
They're
absolutely.
asking for it, I think.
Absolutely, I think so too. I think so. Where were you having Japanese barbecue?
I think
I'm curious
called
now.
Fukimoto.
Fukimoto.
I think that's what it's called. It's delicious. It's so good. They got some really good stuff. Also some funky stuff. Like my friend and I had gizzards. Chicken gizzards. Have you heard of gizzard before?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever had it.
I don't even know what it is, but you just know. Something in your nose, something's wrong with it,
What? I'm like, what is that?
I don't know. I think it's a part of a chicken intestine or some sort of liver, maybe, like a chicken liver, maybe.
Okay.
And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. No one's ever like, ooh, you know what I want right now? Gizzard.
Some good old gizzard.
Gizzard. And then we also had get this. I actually don't know if I should even say this because I feel like I'm already scared about going in the ocean again for this reason. But I tried some stingray.
Oh.
They have stingray jerky.
What?
At this place.
I didn't know that was a thing.
And again, you take one bite and you're like, yeah, that's stingray. That's something I've never had before.
Holy shit! What does it taste like?
It tastes like stingray. It's cartilagey, so the way they prepare it, it's super chewy and weird, and it definitely still has that a fishiness to it, which I'm not even a big sushi girl. I'm talking about all this crazy Japanese barbecue stuff, but I'm not even a huge fan. I'm from Kentucky, landlocked. I didn't eat anything that wasn't well done until I was 20 years old because that's how my parents were with me
Oh
and
man.
things.
Oh man. So now you just got to experience it all.
I have to, but it's funny. I'm like open to experiencing it, but even after I experience it, I'm like, yeah, I don't want it. I don't like it.
That's so funny because
Yeah.
isn't it weird how like up until you're 18 or whenever you move out of your parents' house for people that had like where their parents maybe, I don't know, for me I can relate because I feel like my parents kind of, looking back, they controlled a bit of my life that I didn't really even realize, including food. And it was like I didn't have Indian or Thai food until I think in like my early 20s.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, how have I never, this is my favorite thing now.
It is.
How have I never had this?
It's so funny. I remember being like 25, looking in the mirror, like practicing. I'm like, it's pho, not faux, pho. Like, don't say it wrong. You're gonna look like an idiot.
That's so real.
But yeah, I mean, where did you grow up? Remind me.
Houston.
Houston. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So yeah, I moved to Austin when I was, I think, 24, 25.
Okay.
And it was really funny because I think within like a 2-week period, I quit my job. My girlfriend had broken up with me, and my band broke up within like a 2-week period.
2 weeks?
Yes.
The universe was like,
It's
time to change some things.
And I had already had my eyes on Austin, and I was like, if not now, then when?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I came here, and then it's been like my life has just trajectorily
Yeah.
been uphill.
It sounds like a classic, an age-old descent. Like the hero's journey. You go down and then you just go straight back up. You know?
You gotta get to your lowest point before you gotta realize there's no way to get any lower, and then just.
So if anyone
start
out there
working
is
your
at the
way up.
lowest point, you should be stoked. You should be stoked
It
that your
could
girlfriend
only-
dumped you.
That's
That
right.
That means shit's about to get real good.
You can only go up from there.
Yeah.
Promise. So from Kentucky, were you living in California at one point? Do I remember you telling me that?
I bounced around a lot in my 20s. So really though, I think the reason why, so I grew up in Kentucky, and then college, I went over to Ohio, crossed over the state lines to Ohio.
Cool.
And I think staying in the region for so long, just like when it was time to go, it was like, it was time to fucking go. Like, I really shot out of there. And when I did, my first opportunity was like down in Dallas, Texas, which is funny that I'm back in Austin again, because I never grew up being like, one day I'm going to move to Texas. I'm going to live my life. No, it was never like that. If anything, I had like the California dream my whole life.
Totally.
Moved to Dallas for a couple of years, worked there. I moved to Scotland for a couple of years.
Oh, shit.
I got my master's there in anthropology, which was super, super fun.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was in San Francisco, tried to live the California dream, and yeah, it just wasn't for me. But same thing, relationship ended, and was kind of like, where do I go? What do I do? What do I even want? I was kind of starting from scratch. And I visited a friend in Austin, and I had like the best time of my life. Which I had visited Austin a few times before and was like, that's a cool place to visit, it's fun to visit. But this last time I came here, we did like a lifestyle trip. It wasn't like let's go out and let's do this, let's do that. It was very much like, okay, here's what like we'll do in the morning, and here's where we like go to Barton Springs. And I got to actually feel what it would feel like to live in Austin, Texas, and experience the music scene and things. And it was immediate. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start preparing a plan and a strategy to move to Austin as soon as I can.
Totally.
And I took the next few months like scheming out my plan, and I came, and I really haven't like looked back since. And it's the first time in my life I can say I haven't had like one like leg out the door or my eyes wandering. I actually want to be here.
I love it here.
It's
I love it here.
It's the best place. It's the best place.
When you had your lifestyle trip here, where you were
Yeah.
kind of really checking it out, was that with the purpose of like you were already kind of considering it as a place to live? And
Maybe in like an unconscious way or something. Maybe it was like a desperate like, maybe this will be the place I'll move, or something hopeful about it. But I think it was literally 2 weeks after my partner and I at the time had broken up, and we were together for 3 years. We were living together in San Francisco, and I think like it was the timing of the trip that made it. I was already asking myself the questions of where's next. And I think the way I felt when I was here, I felt like larger than life, like in myself. And I think I was like, oh, I want to feel like this part of myself is around all the time. And I think people argue, you know, places don't change you, or you can't like go somewhere and run away from your problems and this and that. But I'm like, I think you can. I think geography can totally impact who you are
totally.
and who you want to be. Like, I truly think that you're outside. Like, what's outside of you can pull out these different parts of you that have been in hiding. In Austin specifically, because of the music, I think when you're surrounded by musicians and artists and creators all the time, it's like inevitable that those parts of you
It
are
is,
gonna come out.
there's people here doing art in so many different ways, but then it's also like I think kind of like you were saying too about the like just geographically, like we've got these lakes and it's hilly and it's real, like you get right out of the city and it's like it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when we go drive out to like Travis or something, we're just like sometimes I'm just like, damn. It is like actually fucking beautiful out here. And you know, I love Austin for that, along with like I think naturally for me personally, some people are great and they can live out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, whatever. For me, I'm like I need the craziness of like the city I thrive on that a little bit. As much as I need my downtime and my time to kind of just like be to myself and whatnot, being in the city and just having things to do and go like that's just where I belong. But I'm curious, when you like moving here, where does music fit into this? Because I've been seeing you playing all these shows and just like gigs after gigs, playing with Trent. Like
Trent Morgan, shout
out Trent. I love you, buddy.
He's the man.
You rip, dude. Yeah, how did music kind of fit into this whole thing?
Dude, it's been such a crazy journey because it's funny, I was watching some clips from other episodes and you've interviewed a lot of like seasoned pros, like touring artists even, and like, people who are super established in the community. And I mean, I'm what they call a late bloomer. I'm a super late bloomer, but I always been interested in the arts and entertainment, but I was so locked into sports. And you know, I don't know how you were.
What did you play? What did you play?
Soccer. And
cool.
Played in college and stuff. So like once I was on that track, it was kind of like, this is what you're going to do. Like single sport, single activity, student, like, which is great. But I didn't really ever get to exercise like those other more like theatrical parts of myself, I guess.
Totally.
My older brother was always in drama club and theater, and so was my younger sister. So I'd always just like go watch their plays and be like, damn, this is like super cool. And when I was in high school, I was in like a fine arts class, and I got to play Dorothy in our like Wizard of Oz production, and it was like this feeling. It sounds like I'm describing the plot to High School Musical right now, but I genuinely like was like, damn, this is super cool. But really, just kind of like shoved these like interests and desires down. And when I got to college, I picked up the ukulele, which is like my gateway. You know, it's a good gateway. It's like it's accessible and
it's a little easier to like get your hands around than a guitar too.
And it's portable. You can take it wherever you want. And even though I didn't take it anywhere because I was just in my room all day, like, you know, hiding it. But that's where I really started enjoying like messing around writing songs and singing and like exploring my voice in different ways. But still didn't do much about it. And when I moved to Dallas, kind of let it go. COVID hit, and like everybody, you're spending excessive alone time together or by yourself.
Totally.
At least for me. And that's when I really like started like singing louder. When I moved to San Francisco, I was in a relationship that just was not fulfilling, and I was alone. It was like his life that I sort of moved into. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've ever been to SF. I love SF. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
I've never been. I'd love to check it out.
It's beautiful. I love it there. But I think maybe it was my state of mind at the time. I just like was not finding community. And I don't know if I even was really trying that hard, but one day I went to this like really cool like music store and like kind of close to Chinatown, and I found this like Yamaha guitar for like $200. And
hell yeah.
And I was like, because I'd only ever played the uke, but I was always intimidated by guitar. I was like, it's too hard. I'll never be able to do that. I would daydream about it like all day. And then I finally bit the bullet and I bought it. I'm like, it's 2 more strings, dude. Stop being a bitch. And,
yeah.
And And I literally I fell in love. I feel like it was the only thing that I was like looking forward to every day.
Yeah.
Was just practicing guitar and playing guitar. And because the guitar is louder than the ukulele, you naturally sing louder. And my voice was changing because of that. Like my voice was, maybe I was using like 10% of my voice, and then I started using like 25% of my voice. My songs also got more interesting, or I was choosing more interesting covers to play, because obviously it's guitar. I love the ukulele, but it does.
It's a little more full. There's, I mean, more strings, and there's more places to go.
Yeah.
I think guitar, because I play a little bit of ukulele as well, but I've always been more of a guitar player.
Yeah.
And with the ukulele, it definitely, in a great way, it kind of makes you rethink how you're playing these chords, but just with the guitar, I think there's just more options inherently.
Totally.
The more strings, the more frets.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it. I get it.
Completely. And for me, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, when you were living in San Francisco, how was being, I guess, and let me know if I'm overstepping by the question here, but being in a relationship versus maybe like being single, how, and I don't know if you're in a relationship or single now or not, but single or being in a relationship, would you say that affects your songwriting and how much time you're putting into it? Or can you write, like for me, I like, even being with Nicole, like I write better when I'm alone.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if you could write in the room with other people, or if being in a relationship affects you. I'm curious because that's how it is for me. I'm curious how it is for you.
So we lived in a 2-bedroom in San Francisco, and I would literally just go into the second bedroom and shut the door and just like be with myself. There were some nights where even I'd get out of bed and just like, because I'd be feeling just terrible. I'm like, I need to do something about it. I would just go to the room, shut the door, and play my little Yamaha and just.
Hell yeah.
But I do think it does. Like, I do need to be alone. I live alone now, and it's like, to me, it's a dream. To me, it's a privilege to live alone, obviously, in any city. But I don't take it for granted at all. Like, at any moment of any time of the day that I need to, I will like sit down and write or play. And
isn't it just weird when inspiration hits too?
Dude.
Sometimes you're laying in bed, like you said, and you get that idea, and you're like, well, now I have to go write it down or record it so I don't forget it.
I have an imaginary Post-it on the inside of my brain that is like, you won't remember the melody. You will not remember the lyric. Because how many times you think of it and you're like about to fall asleep, you're like, I'll remember it in the morning. It's fine. And you wake up and you're like, fuck.
And it's gone completely.
Gone. It's like, you will just always remember. You will not remember the melody. So get your phone out and record it. We live in a time where you can do that. Just do it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not hard.
Yes.
It's not hard. You're right. We live in this time where you literally our phones would have had to been like a full tape machine. Yeah. You know, back in the day where it's like, you have to own this. You have to be near it. Now it's like, you're always near your fucking phone.
Yeah, it's right next to you. I know it's next to your pillow.
Voice memos. Hit that shit and record it.
Dude,
why
easy.
not?
Easy.
No, I'm glad you do that. I think as a songwriter, you kind of have to do that. Like, there's a part of being a songwriter, being an experienced songwriter, and not knowing when inspiration's going to come and when you're going to have an idea that you're like stoked on.
Oh yeah.
And you just got to get your phone out and record it.
Have you ever heard, I don't know if this is true or not, it might be a myth, but have you ever heard of the story about it's like this thing that Michael Jackson used to like get out of bed in the middle of the night, or like if he was like in a specific situation, he would just leave randomly. People like, where'd Michael go? And it's like, if he had an idea about...
I think we knew where he went. No, just...
I know. I'm like, is this allowed to talk? Am I allowed to talk about Michael Jackson here?
I'm playing. Go ahead. Sorry.
He would just leave, and he had this belief that God was giving him ideas for music, and that if he did not act on them, then God was going to give them to Prince, and then Prince was going to go and use the idea. So he had this like superstitious belief about that. But I mean, I do think there's something like real about like ideas coming through you, and there is maybe something woo about it, but I do think that it's like you can choose whether or not you want to be the channel for it, I guess. And if you don't, then it's kind of like you're just not taking it the idea seriously enough, and that's okay. It's just maybe not yours then.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think for me, like, sometimes it's hard to decide, like, if a song idea is a good idea. There's like 2 or 3 ways that I can figure it out. Is the first one, easiest, is just play it for someone. And if you feel like if they just go, or even while you're playing it to them, you're kind of like,
Yeah, you're
maybe that's not
sensing
where it's
it.
at. That's a good indicator. Also, if you start recording it and trying to really iron out the parts for it, if you kind of play it and then you kind of sit on the recording and don't really go back to it, that's another indicator where I'm like, maybe it's just not. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should move on, make something better, and kind of let it be inspiration for that.
Yeah.
But then I had another one, but those are the big ones.
Do your own melodies or lyrics even, like, or both, I suppose, get stuck in your head? That for me is my indicator.
That's a good third. That's a good third for sure.
Or you get it's so familiar. It feels so familiar that you start being like, okay, this must be a song that I've heard before, and I'm doing it. But that to me is a sign that I'm actually on the right track. If it feels so familiar to me that I'm almost suspicious, I'm like, oh, that must just mean that, like, I'm really close to it.
Yeah.
It's meant to be mine. But
No, I think if you're singing your own songs in your head, going as you go about your day, good sign.
Yeah,
we
sure. like
the earworms. Okay,
the earworms
we like them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think just coming back to the journey, like I picked up guitar and just like fell in love and like immediately just kind of like hit the ground running with guitar. And I spent the first year like no lessons, just kind of like, just forming a relationship with the instrument on my own terms.
Taking it around.
Yeah. And like traveling with it and stuff. And I suppose when I got to Austin, at that point I'd already been doing like lots of open mics and things, which is so funny to me now because even then, like not that long ago, I was like still getting super, super nervous just to like go up and do a couple songs on an open mic. And now I'm like chomping at the bit to be on a stage like whenever I can. And it just cracks me up how much can change in a short period of time. But it just comes back to what we were saying of if you're surrounded by people and your closest homies are all creating and then presenting and performing and all these things, you're like, I want to do that too.
Oh, it rubs off.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And conversely, unfortunately, like if you're in a place where people aren't doing that, then that might also make you feel more self-conscious or like, oh, people don't like share what they're creating or, don't put yourself out there too much. And as much as I love my homeland and where I'm from in Kentucky, that can have that energy there a little bit, at least where I am from. Like don't stand out too much. And I just appreciate that about Austin. It's encouraged, and even being at friends, song swaps or like gigs and things, and Ellie, come up on stage and play a few. It's such a classic Austin thing, I think, to have people just yank you up on stage even if you weren't planning on playing anything. And
absolutely,
I just love that about Austin. I think it's the coolest thing.
Oh yeah. It's also it's the best. Like I know when I'm playing a gig and like one of my super talented friends shows up and I'm like, hey, you want to play a song? And they'll hey, sure, and they'll play a couple and I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm getting paid right now. you know what I mean?
Everything's going according to plan.
Everyone's loving this and I'm getting paid. Let's go. But for real, no, it really is great when your friends pull up and they join you for a song, they plug in, swap some songs. I mean, it's so prevalent here. And you're right, there's like so many talented people that are just cool too, So yeah, I feel that. Now you mentioned earlier single release,
single releases,
plural,
baby.
We fucking love it. Tell me about it. Like, is one of them the one, the smoke?
No. So that's gonna be lore. We can when I'm on season 2 or whatever episode. 500. We can talk about the smoke. The smoke will likely be
so you're coming
year.
back. You heard it here.
Back. Are you kidding me?
Heard it here.
As long as I get invited
Refills?
back.
Do you want a little refill?
Oh, I would love a refill. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate it.
No, it won't be the smoke. I'm starting in a different direction, but I love the smoke, dude.
The smoke slaps.
The smoke.
But from, I will say, as much as I enjoyed that song and working with you and Dalton on that, the stuff that I've seen you posting over and over.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so different.
It is.
So
Yeah.
So when you said, I think you even told me a couple weeks ago that you were like, I think I'm kind of going in a different direction. I wasn't shocked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It is. Yeah. The smoke is which no one knows what we're talking about when we say the smoke, but
will they ever know?
They will know. I hope you do know, but I do think that is like a future chapter for me. But for right now, I'm focusing more on what I'm kind of calling, when people, it's the classic of like, what kind of music do you play? What's your genre?
Oh my God.
And it's like the worst question, but I'm trying to like get clearer, I suppose, on what I am and who I am, at least for this chapter. And I've been calling it Dream Folk Noir. Is what I'm calling it.
I love that. I love that.
Just as an attempt. It's not to box me in, just as an attempt to try to like.
What does noir mean? Is that like dark?
Oh, noir to me is like black and white, smoky. Like think of like film noir.
Mezcal. There we go. Let's bring it back. Noir. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. I get that vibe based on like the songs I see you sharing on social media. Yeah, absolutely.
They've been really fun, and I just finished recording my homie Daniel. I want to plug Daniel for helping with producing that, and also the guys at 601 really helped me bring it to life too.
60. Where are they?
601.
Cheers again, by the way.
Yeah, salute again. This is so fun.
Thank you for coming on. This is fun.
Yeah, no. What was your question? Where are they?
Yeah, where's 601? Is it Studio 601?
Studio 601, and they're in South Austin.
Okay.
I think I'm still challenged with the Austin territories. I don't
Directionally
know.
challenged.
Oh yeah, I stare at my Google Maps. I do not look around at anything. That's just not who I am.
She's the same way.
Yeah,
She's the same way.
But yeah, single releases and the two or one or two, however much you give me to play tonight. I'll share those.
You can play all night long if you want. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely in that realm, and yeah, I'm just so ready to get them out. But that's kind of the mode I've been in, is just heads down on getting the singles ready, and really the visual stuff has been so fun as well. Like I love the pairing the visual with the sonic, because in my brain, when I write songs, it's like that's what I'm writing to scenes kind of. In a way, I feel like I write in that way. So when it comes time to plan for photo shoots or like video things, it's kind of like the most fun for me.
Is that what you're talking about though? Is like specifically Mel? Come on, get out of here, Mel. Come on.
Go.
Is it specifically? Are you talking about like designing music videos when you say, or like you said, like photo shoots, or is this something else you have in mind when you say visually?
I think visually it's like definitely like photo shoots and video shoots and things, but I suppose it's also just like what I am actually like playing in my brain when I sing songs, like to get into the character, to get into the story.
Okay. All right.
It helps me sort of like get into the mood, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it that way. So that's like a totally. So would that affect like a performance visual as well? Like for a single release, I imagine you're going to do a show.
Yes.
Do we have the details on that you're able to share?
Not yet, but we're so close. We're so close. So when I do have them, I'll definitely let you know. But well, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm stoked to play anywhere all the time for anybody.
Yeah.
So like, you can't be too picky, but yeah, in a dream world, I'd love some red velvet curtains hanging behind me.
Hell yeah. Hell
some
yeah.
low lights and maybe a little fog machine or something.
Totally.
To me, that is like the feeling that I feel when I sing them. So I suppose that's sort of like inviting people into the world a little bit deeper too, when you can like create that experience for them too.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Are you doing music videos for any of them?
So I'm going to do a very low budget music video for the first release, which I'm stoked. I think I've already transparently, I've spent all of my budget on everything else. Which
I was about to say, if it was big budget, I'd be like, "Where's the money?
No,
Where's the money coming from?" Okay.
They want to know. The people want to know. I'm actually like, there's like really no other way to do it. I don't think when you have what resources you have. Also, I've got so many talented friends who are like artistic and have cool visions and who have done film and things. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, I know the idea. It's like, you just film it with an iPhone and slap some cool filters on it and just
we're
have
shooting
fun.
this podcast on an iPhone.
I know,
right?
right?
You can. I saw that this guy. There was this movie. It was called this movie called The Florida Project.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
Have you seen? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking. Like pop culturally, I've heard of it. I mean, it did really well.
I mean, Willem Dafoe is in it. He plays this hotel manager who, basically, the story is about like it's kind of dark, but he's the hotel manager of this hotel where there's this prostitute who's living with her child, and the CPS is trying to take the child. It's really sad.
Yeah.
But they shot the whole movie on iPhones.
No way.
Yes, and it's like you look at it and you're like, this is like a beautifully made film,
Super
but
cool.
it's all done on iPhones. It kind of makes me wonder about like for like big money productions, big budget music videos or whatever. Like, what the hell are these people using to shoot this shit?
It's like
you know what I mean?
NASA cameras.
And how much better actually is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially now when you like, it's so funny to me. And I mean, I'm guilty of it too, I suppose. But like, I love, like I said, like creating like a mood with a picture or a video if you can. But like having these super high quality cameras, and then you go into some app and you like use a retro filter to make it look like it was shot in like the 90s or like the 80s or something. And it's like, it's still a mood. It's cool. Like I appreciate that, but it's so funny to like, you're right. What's the difference between filming on some super nice camera or using your iPhone and adding some like go in DaVinci and add some cool filters to it and create this mood? And it's just like, no, that's just like the lens that you're putting on it. And you get to sort of just be in control. And that's the cool thing, I guess, about shooting on an iPhone. It's like you have full agency. You don't have to settle just because you rented some super expensive equipment and maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But I will say the one thing, like one of my good friends is a photographer and she helped me with some of these shoots.
Cool.
And the one thing I learned is that it's not even about the equipment, it's about the lighting. Lighting, like
we've got our beautiful lighting here.
No, y'all know.
And it does make a difference. The lighting does make a difference.
None of the shoots would have been able to be brought to life without the lighting. And it's such a science. And like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What kind of lighting did y'all do?
Dude, I don't even know what it was. I just sat there like.
Yeah. Was it like kind of fluorescent, like bright like this? Or was it like kind of like more warm tones?
More warm. And those like big, I don't know what they're called. They're like almost like shadow boxes, like shadow light things. But like they were just like moving it around and like they had a.
Oh, it's got the kind of the thing.
It's like a box.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And it was a night shoot. So like we were trying to create like this mood where it was warm, right? But then there was also like, we wanted it to look like there was like moonlight coming in from the window. So like we used this like blue stick. It was like a blue, I don't even know I don't know what it's called. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm just going to keep using the lamest
that works.
That works
here. That
finish
works
line,
here.
Dude. And it was just like this blue light, but it was really cool because then like I wanted it to feel kind of like Lynchian and like kind of like spooky and have you seen Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No? Have you seen Twin Peaks?
She knows.
Yeah.
I think she's tried to get me to watch it.
It's got this weird, like, dreamy, but kind of darkness to it. And I wanted it to feel that way. And she totally executed. But yeah, the lighting was like the most important part of the shoot. So for me, I'm like, I don't even know if I would rent expensive equipment in the future, if I would just like rent like a lighting specialist and then bring out whatever device you got and get on with it.
God, I've never even thought about that. Just hiring a lighting specialist.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's what they're called. I just made that up.
I was like, is that a thing?
Oh, dude, I made
is
that.
Is that a thing? You hire someone
up.
just to do badass lights? I'm for it. I support that.
I don't know,
shit.
Yeah.
I was like, can you
Google?
Can you do
lighting
that?
specialist?
I'm sure you could.
I bet so.
Right?
I mean, I think like professional photographers have that eye where they can see like they see something that our common eyes don't see. with that kind of stuff.
I'm terrible with that.
Yeah.
It's in the same with like video. It's funny because when we did that music video for the "Looking at You" song,
Yeah.
and it was
I'm looking at you, baby. I'm looking at you.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
I loved the silhouette scenes when it was just like black behind you guys, and it was just like your heads. I loved that.
Oh yeah. But that was funny because it was so Scott Morgan who directed it.
Yeah.
And he played keyboards in a band I used to play in called the Lewd Dudes.
Cool.
And
great name.
Yeah, it was a fun band, which I think we actually we're going to be getting together at the end of this month.
Plug it.
And I don't know if we're going to plan to do a show, if we're going to record a song. I don't really know, but we're going to be getting together. So all the fans that are listening to this podcast, something will be happening.
What are the fans of the Lewd Dudes called? Do you guys have a name for them?
I think
the duties?
it was more just like you can be a lewd dude too. Was kind of our motto is like, yeah, like girls could be, is like we would often be singing the did you ever watch the Good Burger thing with Keenan? Keenan and Kel.
Yeah.
So they had the song where it's like, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. Hey, we would kind of like, we would just like, we never covered it, which that was a miss on our part.
Opportunity.
But we, that was kind of, we would like sing it just in, jokingly whenever. And that was kind of the approach though, is like, when you could have something where it's like, oh, you're a lewd dude and you're kind of like part of the crew. I think that was like why a lot of people, we had a little bit of like popularity, I guess, around town.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what the appeal was, because we were all like, none of us were like the greatest guitar players or bass players or drummers. But we had these like really funny songs where like, cause someone just be like, oh, they're one of the dudes, you know what I mean? And they would kind of be part of the crew. So
do you have an example? One of the songs? Give me one.
Well, like we had one that kind of went viral. It was called "Cracking a Cold One."
Cracking a Cold One.
And it was just cracking a cold one, dun, dun, one with the boys, dun, dun, cracking a cold one,
dun, dun, dun.
Come on and make some noise.
Yeah,
and that's kind of, and then it was like that was a big one. And then like we had another song called "Origin Story," and it was like the origin of the lewd dude. And it was like we had a lot of really funny songs. In some that were lewd, like we had a song about like going home because you're alone. It was called "Going Home," just me and my bone. It was called "Me and My Bone."
Dude, there's one thing I love is I love vulgar songs. I really do.
I do too.
I'm like, let it out.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I remember the first time I heard "WAP."
Dude, before you even said "WAP," my brain was like, "WAP." I don't know why.
I was just like, holy shit. I literally was just like, this beat is fire, but like these lyrics are dirty.
Oh, dude.
And I love it. I loved it.
What cracks me up about that though is that like, that's like a song it is so lewd, so dirty, so vulgar that it's like kind of like on the edges. That's what makes it feel so dangerous.
Yes.
But it's like once we go to that edge, like what's the next edge? Like how crazier? Like does it get crazier? Do we all just come down from that forever, or like?
I think there's a lot. I think there's a line you don't want to cross. Okay. However, when you could get right up to it without going over it, that's when you're really like. That's when you're in the sweet spot lyrically or just vulgarity wise. Does elrose have any dirty songs?
Oh yeah, I'll sing
explicit
one for you tonight. I wouldn't say explicit. Okay. I'd say more suggestive.
Okay,
suggestive for sure. But
all right,
I think that there is, I don't know, I love like cheeky, like cheeky, sexy, playful. I mean, I love that in artists as well. Like I appreciate the ladies of rap right now. I think that they're crushing it.
Totally.
I even think
Doechii is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
She's so fucking badass.
Oh yeah, she's a baller. That's what I mean. It's like it's not even about what you say, because I think there is like a performative thing you can do with talking about sex in music. It can be kind of like, almost like a gimmick in a way.
Yes.
But I think it's about delivery and like where you're writing about it, like the experience you're writing from. That makes it feel like real and grounded, and it can be kind of like, oh no, she's cocky, she's confident, she's cool. Versus like, no, she's just trying to be like, oh, I have sex, I'm a woman who has sex, and like it's like I think that like, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I just think that like I prefer to hear about like what's that one Lana Del Rey song? I think it's like the very first line of the song is "My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola." Is like the very first.
It's an amazing lyric.
It's such a good lyric, and I've been challenging myself. I'm like, I need to write a song that says "My pussy is something." Like I need to, but like, that's what I mean though. I think that there is a difference between like a performance that like a music label is like calculating and manufacturing in an artist versus like someone who's genuinely just like singing about like a sexual experience they just want to talk about. Yeah.
It's you know what song I can't not get it out of my head. I just have to say it now. I'm just like, is it called Milkshake? The one where there's my milkshake brings other boys to the yard. Yeah, like it's better than yours. That's what Kellis, a fucking banger.
And you know what else Kellis sang? Do you remember the song that's like, you don't have to love me, you don't even have to like me, but you will respect me. You know why? Because I'm a boss. And the whole song is just her being like, I'm a boss. She's just like, yeah, I'm a fucking boss.
But that we love our boss bitches. Hell yeah.
You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me. Like,
fucking
that's
demand
fucking baller. That's
We're out here
cool.
demanding that shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think there's an energy behind it where you pick up on it and you're like, okay, this is not a gimmick. This is like a real woman talking about her,
absolutely.
Her like erotic power, honestly. That's the way I see it. It's like there's like a confidence and a real power in it when you're like owning it.
Oh, I 100% agree. Also, it's kind of just hitting me. You're the first woman guest we've had on the podcast. Look at us
breaking glass
ceilings.
So
we're just making it happen.
Yeah, it's possible.
I love it. I love
that's really cool. I'm stoked about it.
I love it. As inspiration wise, like are there some artists that you really like, maybe you just learn to play guitar and sing every one of their songs? Are there any artists where you just like maybe heard the guitar or heard the vocal and you're like, I need to play that or I need to sing that, like I want to learn that, and that kind of helps shape some of your songs or your style?
That's a good question. I like the way you asked it too, because sometimes people will be like, who are your influences? And you're like, my brain literally goes like blank when people ask me that question, because I'm like, it's such a heavy question. But I like the way you asked it of like specific songs that like helped me like fall more in love with guitar or more in love with songwriting.
Totally.
And I wouldn't say I have like one specific artist that I'm just like my eye's always on and they drop a song and I'm like, gotta listen to it right now.
For sure.
I don't have one of those, but I do have songs that I get obsessed with. And I've noticed like one of the first songs that I learned on guitar when I was like learning was Just Like Heaven by The Cure. And I was obsessed, like over and over and over again, like drilling it. Not even because I was like trying to learn and be disciplined, just because I genuinely loved the way I felt when I played the song and sang the song.
Yes.
And I've noticed that even with my listening habits, like when I'm trying to just get like a serotonin boost or just like kind of, if I feel like I'm like out of whack and I need to come back to myself, I go to this genre. I guess it's less of a genre and more of like a time period. And it's called 90s Whimsigoth. Have you heard of this?
I've never heard of this.
So Whimsigoth, it's like whimsigothic, like whimsical/gothic sounds.
Okay.
It's kind of like shoegaze, dream pop kind of vibe. So like think like The Cure, Cranberries, Mazzy Star.
Okay, all right.
Dido.
I know exactly where we're at. Absolutely.
So it's less of a genre and more of like a something that somebody picked up on. And I think a good visual connection with Whimsigoth is like that album, that artwork for the Smashing Pumpkins, where it's like kind of celestial. You know what I'm talking about? It's got like you know what I'm talking about? The gold stars and the moon, and there's like a Cupid. It's kind of got this weird mix of like what feels like.
Jamie, pull it up. No, just kidding.
And I'm like, where's our fact checker here? Yeah. But I guess all that to say is it's just like why I love Whimsigoth, and like the Cure I know kind of like leans 80s into 90s, but is like there's this feeling of it's like there's something like really melancholic and serious about it, but then like the sounds and the melodies are like very like ethereal and otherworldly, and they're kind of you feel like you're like dancing in a field and it's like beautiful, but there's maybe like a thunderstorm like somewhere in the distance. Like there's like
Lots
there's a
of
mix.
reverb.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
love
yeah.
reverb, dude. But I think for me, I like feeling confused when I listen to songs. I'm like, what am I supposed to feel like? I like when I'm like sad and like horny at the same time. I'm like, why do I feel both of these at the same time? I shouldn't. And I think that Whimsigoth kind of accomplishes that. It's like the lyrics like bring you down here, you're grounded, but then like the soundscape is like super expansive, and you can kind of. I think that has influenced how I want my songs to sound when I go to production.
Would that song by Something That I'm Torn, I'm All Out of Faith, would that fit
dude.
into that realm?
You must be
This
in
is
my.
how I feel.
I think you've officially tapped
Cold
into
and
like our
love that
collective.
song.
Natalie and Bruglia.
Natalie and Bruglia. There it
Torn.
is.
It's so funny you brought that up because that song is totally like, she's also one of the classic like female singer-songwriters from that period that I feel like when everyone's like, who influences you? And you can always like, give some cool like pretentious answer. But sometimes I often think about it. I'm like, I think about like the music I listened to as a kid, or even the music that was just on the radio. There's like Michelle Branch, Vanessa Carlton, and like
Totally.
Natalie and Bruglia, and these like classic like female singer-songwriter rocker chicks.
I'm glad you said it because I'm glad that you said that you like the way I asked that question.
Yeah.
Because I've been asked that too, like who are your
Yes.
influences, and I truly believe that like all of that shit that you listen, not the shit, but everything you listen to as a kid, whether it be the Jackson 5,
Yes.
whatever
your
it might
parents
be,
listened to.
Britney Spears,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. That was for me, at least that's what it was. But though, like I don't think of them when I'm like, or never did I learn the Backstreet Boys songs on guitar. Yes. I still think those influenced me.
Absolutely.
But if someone were to ask me what songs, like what have you learned on guitar? Like what songs have you learned to cover? Then I could be like, oh, well, when I like the first album I learned was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, like Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I learned every song on the electric guitar, and then played in a band where we covered a lot of Red Hot Chili. So it's that, and then or like when I was 16. Me and a couple buddies, a drummer and a bass player, and my brother played the drums. We would play Metallica songs.
Yeah.
But none of the music I play now even sounds remotely.
Not even a touch. That's how I am too with
like
most
Metallica.
of my. I completely agree, and I often think about it like almost like food. Like when we eat food, even though whatever you ate when you were 6 years old is no longer in you. At some point, you ate it, your body metabolized it, and used it to keep growing your body, right?
You're on some shit. You're onto it
mean?
here. Yes.
But I think that like you're not going to remember every meal you ever ate. This is another quote I read by someone who like same thing with books. You're not going to remember every single book you ever read, but it still took you. It like chugged you along, And like, I think music is the same way. So even when you're a kid and you're listening to stuff, it's like, sure, you could be like, oh, Michelle Branch is like, it's maybe like in the campy or like part of the 2000s, but I'm like, no, but like at the time, I'm like, that shit was hard. Like for me, that was like dramatic and cool, and still, I'll listen to Michelle Branch if I need a little pick me up, And I think it's like, like what you said, even with like Metallica or even the Backstreet Boys at some point, like if it moves you in some way and does something to your chemistry, that's an influence, is it not?
I 1000% agree. 1000%. What do you think about? Should we take a shot of mezcal?
Yeah, let's do it.
I know that might not be the best mezcal etiquette. I don't think you're supposed to shoot it, but
Wait, do I look like someone who follows rules?
who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, can you drink it? It's like sake. We're gonna take shots of sake. If
like,
you bring me a bottle, it's like,
yeah.
Who's to say the right or wrong way?
I don't like rules. I don't like dogma. It's like, I think especially if we are taking it with the worm salt, there's it counteracts. There's like something sacred about the worm salt, and maybe it like puts us back at net zero after.
I think that's fair to say. And for the listeners that don't know, Nicole brought some worm salt made with real worm.
The name is in fact honest.
Made with real back from Oaxaca.
Yeah.
Where mezcal is that's not the only place they make mezcal, is it? we'll need a fact checker for this, but I
Yeah.
believe that's where mezcal was originally made or is made. I don't know, but there's something. We'll add the real facts in
Yeah.
the YouTube description.
We'll like dub it
okay?
over, so Rankin's mouth will be doing this, and it'll be like completely different words coming out. Yeah.
I misspoke on this part of the podcast.
There's a big like asterisk.
Disregard everything that was said for the next 5 minutes now.
You know, I did go to Tequila once, Tequila, Mexico, where tequila is
Ooh.
made, and the whole town's it's a gorgeous town. The whole town smells like agave. It smells really sweet.
Here, go for it. I'll let you.
Thanks. I don't want to do too
Did
much.
they have mezcal there or no?
I don't even remember, dude. I was drinking too much tequila.
There it is.
But yeah, it's beautiful when you arrive. You're like, wow, it smells amazing. This is so cool. And then you like go out the first night, you drink way too much tequila, and the next day it's just all around you. The smells are everywhere, and you're like, oh, you can't escape
But
it.
agave is nice. Agave
It's
is
gorgeous.
nice.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, cheers, babe.
Cheers.
everybody.
I think our neighbor that has the agave plant? Yeah, they have an agave plant.
They're very beautiful
Their
too.
front yard.
They kind of look like cacti, right? Yeah, there's some sort of.
Yeah, very cacti looking. You know, we should if we got an agave plant. Oh, I'm gonna tighten that. We could make tequila, right? Or is it kind of like, do you need a bunch of other?
Nicole's like, yeah, in a decade.
It takes like 10 years for it to get to a point where like it'll bloom.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I.
How
I don't
bad
know.
do you want it? Right?
Will we be here for another 10 years?
Yeah,
I'm like,
how
I don't
bad
know.
do you want it, man? That's an
I don't know.
investment.
Yeah, I'll stick to getting it from the liquor store.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, that was delicious. What songs can you tell me a little about the songs that you're thinking about
Yeah.
playing today?
For sure. So I'm thinking the first one I'll play for y'all is a song called Too Easy. And I wrote it like almost a year ago at this time. So it's really cool that it's like, you know, it's fully come to life at this point. But it's a song about a femme fatale. And sort of, it's funny, when I originally wrote the song, it felt more of this like neutral energy between a man and a woman who were kind of like, this is too easy. I got him in the bag, you know, like I got this. But I originally wrote it so that it was like kind of coming from both sides. Like they both were thinking it about the other. But then once
So wait, hold on real quick. Is that, do you have lyrics from the male and the female perspective in the song? Or is it?
mostly from the female perspective.
Okay.
But I think that's where the song took a turn because I realized I was like, this isn't about neutrality. This is a woman who is like in her power.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in my brain, it's a murder ballad. So I've always been like, oh, yeah, this is a murder ballad.
Okay.
Right? You know, classic like A minor and a murder ballad. And I realized really recently, actually, the song's been alive for a while, but I realized really recently that I don't ever talk about killing anybody in the song. Even though in my brain, it's like very much the story of this like woman who kind of like lures a man in and whatever. But there's not even like a weapon. But then I think
Are you gonna add one? Is it gonna be a knife? Is it gonna be a machine gun?
it's Colonel Mustard in the library with a candlestick. No, I think what I've learned is that like the weapon in the song, it's her. Like she's the weapon. Like she's like wielded her.
There it is.
It's been a theme, I think, on our conversation today. We've talked about it a few times, but I think I'm a big fan of like women in their like erotic power who kind of like know that
It's a real thing.
It is.
It's a real thing.
It really is, and this song is about that. I think it's about a woman being in that power, but also a man facing, maybe like a doomed fate by thinking maybe he was onto her, but really all along she was playing chess. She was like 5 steps ahead the whole time. Yeah.
This is also a real thing. This is also very much a real thing.
I got it. It's like, no, you don't, dude. And then the second song is, it's called La Petite Mort, which is French. Do you know what you speak French? Parlez-vous français?
Nicole's learning French right now.
Do you know what that means? La Petite Mort. I'm saying mort weird, but mort, like it's spelled M-O-R-T. So, yeah. So it means the little death.
Little death.
But the
I
little.
was about to say petite. I figured means little.
Yeah.
Could have got that much, but I wouldn't have got the death part.
Yeah, mort. Ugh. You know the French. Blah.
So you're going dark on some
Yeah.
of these songs.
Yeah, for sure. But the little death is a euphemism for an orgasm in French. So it's like the experience you have after an orgasm that kind of it's almost like a loss of consciousness for a very brief period of time.
Yeah.
And I explain that sometimes at like gigs. I'll like kind of like mention it, and I'm like, if you don't know what that means, then I'm sorry for you. If you do, then it makes sense. I think the metaphor makes great sense.
I think I'm gonna need a cigarette after this podcast.
Hey, baby, that's noir as fuck. But yeah. So the song is basically I wrote it about fooling around with someone in their car, and I wrote it after that.
Hell yeah.
And I think
that is a little lewd and
it's
not lewd, but just like kind of bad.
Oh yeah, no, it's
yeah,
bad.
I like that.
It is, and I think that to me, it's like I think that it's fun to show. Like we was talking about before, like you can experience, and people can be like multiple things at once, and I think you can be like sexy and vulgar, and also be like really clever and smart and cheeky. You can like be all the things at once, and I love like writing from that energy. Number one, I think after you have an experience, like a really awesome sexual experience, you kind of want to like live in the experience longer, right? Like without it being maybe physically like available at the time. So it's kind of like how else can you experience like living in that longer besides like writing a song about it? You know, if it's something you're like, wow, I'm daydreaming about this like crazy. It's like turn it into a song, dude. Like make it a song.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's way worse ways to use your time. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Especially
too.
when you're having bad sexual thoughts. Okay.
No bad sexual thoughts with nowhere to go. What do you do? Fuck. But no, I hope I haven't made this podcast episode too lewd. I feel like
no. This is.
I'm a lewd dude.
I think my demographic, your listeners, they're gonna get along.
Good.
I think yeah. I think they're gonna love this, and I think they're gonna get along. And I hope everyone that does listen to this podcast goes and checks out Ellie and your music because it's from everything I've seen online, it looks fucking awesome. And I'm excited to see some stuff go up on Spotify. You don't have anything on Spotify right now?
Nothing right now,
okay.
Which is the hardest thing because I love, being like, well, just follow me on Instagram for now and stay in touch,
Yeah.
But yeah, as of September, we'll have September 25th for a single and then rolling out a few more through the end of the year. So just hang out with me. Hang on tight. It's going to happen.
We're getting close. That's really close. We're talking like a month away. That's so close.
Yeah.
It'll be here before you know it. You've got. Do you have it all on Spotify already? Like I guess have you like gone through the distributor and like loaded it up and everything?
Not yet, but I'm about to.
Get on that shit.
I know.
Get on that shit because
I know.
You can only. I forget how it works, but it takes like 2.5 weeks for your songs to be able to pitch them to playlists.
Yes.
And you do that within your artists page on your
Spotify for artists.
Yes, you do it in there. So Bing, for anyone listening, if you're going through, do you know if you're going to use TuneCore or DistroKid? DistroKid.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter who you're using as a distributor, get your shit on there early. I made the mistake with the most recent one. Yeah. Put it up way too late. Didn't really have time to pitch it on the Spotify playlist area. I was just kind of focused on the video and promoting that when I really should have took a little more time.
The playlist strategy
with the Spotify stuff. But I'm happy with how that all went down at the same time. But just a heads up, get that shit on there.
It's
ASAP.
a good best practice, and I'm about to do the whole upload, so I'm stoked. But the whole playlist pitching thing was also like a very new. Obviously, I don't have anything up, so I don't know how to do it. Either.
I don't know how to do it either.
Yeah, it's all. I'm like, hey, chat. How do you do it?
Old chat.
Chat.
Is that what you call your Chat GPT?
I don't have a name actually, though. I did once. This is crazy. I'm just gonna share it because why not? We're like 2 mezcals, a couple shots deep.
We're in it.
One time I asked my Chat GPT, I'm like, if you were a person, like, who would you be? And my chat told me it would be Tilda Swinton. Do you know Tilda Swinton?
I love Tilda Swinton, by the way.
Like the White Witch from Chronicles of Narnia. I was like, oh, cool. I got Tilda Swinton in my pocket right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
She's great. She's so badass.
Amazing. I love her. It's like my chat knew the exact answer I would have wanted to hear, I think, by giving me that.
It's weird
It's
how
weird
your
like
shit
that.
knows this.
I know.
It is weird. It is. Well, what do you think? Should we get it ready for some songs?
Let's do some songs.
and do the thing.
I would love to.
Well, Ellie, thank you so much for being on the podcast. We're very excited for the single releases,
Yes.
multiple. So if you listen to this podcast and you're not following Ellie, you better do it right now.
You can follow me at elrose music on Instagram. You'll find me right there.
We're gonna tag you and thank you again for coming on.
Yeah.
we are gonna
Freaking tag me.
set up for a little music.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
Sweet.